another video I could put out. What games should you watch every single week of football? Because some of these games look pretty darn good. And some of them you should probably stay away from unless you're fans of the team, then you choose. What is up, everyone? What is going on? My name is Matthew Lang. I'm the football boss. And today I'm going to be picking out one game that you should watch from every single NFL week all the way to week 18. I got a couple honorable mentions though, but overall I like the list that I have though. And these are the games I definitely think are going to be the best of the week though. Some of these weeks were tricky. Some of these weeks were absolute no-brainers though. If you like today's video, you can like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. MATTHEWLEININGER for Instagram and Twitter. That will be one along at the end of Leininger though. And with that being said, let's get right into it though. So week number one, I think this one's pretty obvious though. It's the Bills and Jets on Monday Night Football though. Aaron Rodgers' first game with his new team, the Jets, though, and he's going up against the Buffalo Bills right off the bat, who look like they are going to get the division again. But maybe Aaron Rodgers has something to say about it, though. And I do have some questions about Aaron Rodgers with a new team, though. Of course, it is the Jets, and they usually don't really do very good with their quarterback. So Rodgers is 40 years old. Didn't have his best year last year, though. But he's reuniting with Nathaniel Hackett, though. I can't believe that's a sentence that would say would actually help, though. But here we are, and he's got a lot, and he's got some good wide receivers around him, though. Mostly just Garrett Wilson, though. But you know what, though? He just had Devontae Adams for a couple of years in. It turned out pretty well. So actually, it was more than a couple years. But yeah, and it's on prime time, though. I think this is a great prime time scheduled game. Week number 2. You could watch the Ravens and Bengals in the morning, but honestly, the game I would go with is, yes, it's in our Jets game. I can't believe I have the Jets as the first 2 games. What the heck is going on? It's the New York Jets at the Dallas Cowboys, because the Cowboys is said to be Rodgers' second home. Daddy's coming home, Dallas. Is he going to beat you again, or are you going to prevail? And another thing that actually makes me very curious about this game, though, is first of all, the Jets and Cowboys do have a lot of potential on offense, but their defenses are 2 of the best. This is either going to be an offensive or defensive shootout, though. So there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to about this game. Both these teams look very similar. They look like wildcard teams to me, though. Maybe it could determine wildcard seeding. Either way, I'm excited to see. Then we go to week number 3. And honestly, this was actually a bit of a tricky game, though. A lot of these games look mediocre, really not so good, though. The one game that maybe stood out to me a bit is the Rams and the Bengals on Monday Night Football. A Monday night doubleheader, though, when you really think about it, though. And the reason why I'm saying the Rams and the Bengals is because, number one, it is a Super Bowl rematch. So depending on how healthy Stafford is, this game could be really good once again. And knowing the Bengals, their offensive line's probably going to suck. So Aaron Donald's probably going to feast on Joe Burrow once again. And I'm sure the Bengals are going to want their revenge, though. And it's in Cincinnati, so you know if they win, they're probably going to rub it in the Rams' face. This is a game I think could be pretty good, or it could suck depending on the health of the Rams. Week number 4. This is another week where it's kind of a 2-way tie. The Dolphins and Bills could be really good depending on Tagovailoa's health, but to me, it's easily going to be the Sunday night game, the State Farm Bowl. Finally, we get to see the State Farm Bowl. It's the new, Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Jets. And this is going to be the very first Rodgers-Mahomes matchup, maybe the only and last one that we're going to get, though. Such a shame we couldn't get it when he was with the Packers, but we're going to get it this week. And must I say more? Two quarterbacks have been 2 of the best in the past couple of years, and they've also combined for the last 3 MVPs. And they were also the 2 runner-ups in 2020. Then we go to week number 5, another mediocre week. We have the Bears and Commanders on Thursday Night Football. Probably would not recommend watching that though. A lot of mediocre games this week though, but if there's one that would stand out to me, it would be the Cowboys and the 49ers though. These last two times they've met have been in the playoffs, so where the 49ers have won both times. The Cowboys definitely seem to be more like a regular season team, so maybe the Cowboys would win this one though. Obviously, since this is still a little early into the season though, who knows who the quarterback is going to be for the 49ers though. It's not going to be Jimmy Garoppolo, but it could be Big Cock Brock, or maybe it's Trey Lance, or maybe it's Sam Darnold though. There's a lot of things I'm looking forward to about this game, though. Of course, these two teams always have classic matchups, and it's on prime time. I think it could come down to the wire. Just hopefully it's not the Cowboys doing something stupid again, like running it with Dak up the middle or putting Zeke in at center, though. I think you know what I mean. I do think this game could be good. Then we go to week number 6. There are a couple games here that I think could be good, depending on how good the Broncos are. The Broncos and Chiefs could be good on Thursday Night Football. Seahawks and Bengals could be good, though. You could also go with the Dable Bowl on Sunday Night Football, the Giants and the Bills, or maybe you just like a good old choke job with the Cowboys and Chargers, though, where Darth Vader just seems to have his gripping hand on both of these teams, or they drank poison like Joffrey at his wedding. That scene was still hilarious though. But no, to me, I have to go with the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Jets. Why am I putting so many Jets games on here? Like, this is ridiculous. What is going on? But yeah, no. One of the best teams in the NFL versus one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Let's just hope Rodgers doesn't suck with the Jets, because there's going to be a lot of overhyped games, kind of like the Broncos last year. But no, in all seriousness, though, until Aaron Rodgers and the Jets prove that they're not going to work out, though, I definitely think they have a lot of good matchups, though, and I definitely think this could be a very good game because it's against one of the best offenses versus one of the best defenses in the NFL. I'm really looking forward to seeing how those two are going to go up, though, and also, can the Sauce beat the Brown? That's not a racist joke, by the way. The Eagles have A.J. Brown. Sorry. Then we go to week number 7. I got a couple of honorable mentions here. You got the Chargers and Chiefs. While the Chargers have been known to choke things up a little bit, though, Justin Herbert has not lost to Patrick Mahomes in under one score. So, which then means this game's probably going to be pretty good. You also could go with a classic offense versus defense with the 49ers and the Vikings, though. But to me, I'm going to go with the game I like to call the Alabama Bowl. Hopefully, we actually get it, though. The Dolphins at the Eagles on Sunday Night Football. You have Tua Tagovailoa, who took over for Jalen Hurts in the national championship game. They never got to play in college, but they will get to play on the football field, though. But this is a team. But the Dolphins and Eagles, to me, more so on the Eagles though. But the Dolphins actually, to me, are very similar to the Eagles though. They have potential. They got a lot of good players on defense though, and they have one of the dangerous wide receiver cores in the NFL. The Dolphins, of course, have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, while the Eagles have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Tagovailoa proved last year he can be very, very good. Jalen Hurts proved last year that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. If Tagovailoa is healthy and on his game, this could be one of the best games of the week and one of the best games of the year, and I don't think you're going to want to miss it. Coming up on week number 8, though, to me, this one was pretty easy. A lot of mediocre games here, though, but I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals at the San Francisco 49ers. So the reason why I go with this game is because this is once again an offense versus defense game. The Bengals obviously have one of the best offenses in the NFL. The 49ers probably have the best defense in the NFL. This is in week 8, so obviously we'll probably know how good the 49ers offense is going to be, though. Plus it's a Super Bowl rematch, though, of actually before my time, though. But you know what, those Super Bowl rematches are always kind of fun, though. And maybe, just maybe, this is a Super Bowl preview. I hope not, though. Bengals can go to the Super Bowl. I'm okay with the Bengals, not the 49ers. Please, no, never. But no, in my opinion, though, this should be a really good game. Then we go to week number 9, and man, there were so many games I could have gone with here. A lot of games I'm looking forward to, though. Right off the bat, I'm not sure why this game is in London, though, but it's the Dolphins and Chiefs very early in the morning, though. These are two teams that I really wanted to see play last year. Of course, the Dolphins, when they were on fire, they have one of the best offenses in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs are always one of the best teams in the NFL as long as Patrick Mahomes is around, though. the defenses are kind of mid, so honestly, don't be surprised if both teams score over 30 points or have an ending very similar to the Bills and Chiefs in the playoff in that playoff game a couple of years ago. If Tua's healthy, this game could be amazing. Also, Tyreek Hill is a former Chief. If you didn't know, this game could be amazing. It's a game I'm definitely looking forward to, but that's not the game that I picked out, though. It could be the Cowboys and Eagles. We didn't get to see Jalen Hurts versus Dak Prescott last year. Both games were pretty thrilling. They were not terrible by all means, though. This should be, once again, another very good game. You could go with the Monday night game with Justin Herbert with the Los Angeles Chargers at the New York Jets, though. The Jets, of course, getting Aaron Rodgers. We will get your very first Justin Herbert-Aaron Rodgers matchup, though. This game, I think, could be really good. But the game I wanted to go with, though, is the game that we technically really didn't get to see because of some very unexpected tragedy, though. The Buffalo Bills at the Cincinnati Bengals, though. The playoff game with Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, that game was very overhyped, though. But this game, however, should live up to the hype, though. Hopefully no injuries will cancel this game. Of course, they rightfully canceled the game, and Damar Hamlin is now healthy and actually is allowed to come back and play, which is just mind-blowing on its own, though. But this is a game where both teams are very similar to each other. This could determine playoff seedings, though. You have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis. For the Bengals side, you have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. There's a lot of things I'm looking forward to about this game. This is a game I definitely think you should see. Should be one of the best games of the year. But just as I said, there's a lot of good games this week. Then we go to week number 10. This one might be a bit controversial, though. I'm actually going to go with the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. Yeah, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, what is this guy on? I want some of that. Thinking that the Broncos are going to be fun to watch on primetime. They should be better than last year. I hope, though. But really, there's not even really a lot of games I'm really interested in, though. The Thursday night game is the Panthers and the Bears, though. That kind of looks like a mediocre game. The Seahawks are playing the Commanders, though. You also have the Packers and Steelers, which that game could be good, but it looks kind of like a mediocre game to me. You have the 49ers and Jaguars, which that could be good. But I think the Jaguars are in that good category. I just don't think they're in that great category, so I think the 49ers have the upper edge on this one, though. You have the Cowboys and Giants, have the Jets and Raiders, though, which it's not really appealing to me, though. The game I definitely think has potential is the Broncos and the Bills. The Broncos were expected to be an offensive juggernaut last year. They were not, though, but they are in much better hands with Sean Payton, though. Hopefully Russell Wilson will stop doing unlimited commercials all the time, though. And of course, the Bills are good, so it could be a defensive game, or maybe it could be an offensive shootout, though. You never know. You never know. I don't think it's going to be the worst game of the year. I mean, if that doesn't appeal to you, you always have the Falcons and the Cardinals on the afternoon. Yay. Week 11, you obviously have to go with the Monday night game, the Philadelphia Eagles of the Kansas City Chiefs. Quick shout out to the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills in the afternoon. Definitely watch that game. Actually, you know what, though? You could watch that game because that game's on Sunday. This game's on Monday, though. The Thursday night game has potential to be good. It's the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens, though. But you obviously have to go with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, though. This will be a Super Bowl rematch, though. And I still think these two teams are still Super Bowl contenders, though. I don't care what the Eagles lost. I don't care what the Chiefs won, though. Until they prove to me otherwise that they are not contenders, though. This game is definitely must-watch TV, and I think it's amazing that it is on Monday Night Football. Definitely highly recommend this game. Week 12, we got another great week of football, though. Of course, this is going to be Thanksgiving week, though. Maybe avoid the two earlier games, though, but the second one could be a big one. It could be for the division, though. You have the 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks, so this is going to be their first matchup of the year, though. Could maybe determine playoff seedings, though, for whoever's going to be in the wild card round, or maybe it's going to be for the division, though. And it is on Thursday Night Football, though, a game I am very excited to see, though. You also have your very first Black Friday game, and it's in the afternoon, so you can still go shopping early in the morning, though. But it's going to be the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets, though. If Tagovailoa is healthy for this game, though, it will be the second Tagovailoa versus Rodgers matchup, though, a game that could maybe have wild card implications on, though. That could be a good game, though. But no, but then you also have the Baltimore Ravens and Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert, though, two very good quarterbacks and two very good teams. I do think these teams are wild card teams, though. But once again, just as I said earlier, it could determine wild card seedings, though. But no, the game you easily have to go with, though, is the Buffalo Bills, the Philadelphia Eagles. Could be a Super Bowl preview, though. These are two of the best teams in the NFL, though. And just as I said, until they prove otherwise, they're two of the best, though. Josh Allen versus Jalen Hurts, their very first meetup, though. Most likely will not be their last, though. And it's a game that I definitely think has a lot of potential to be one of the best games of the year. Week 13, obviously you have to go with the San Francisco 49ers and Philadelphia Eagles, though. A couple of shout-outs here. You have the Seahawks and Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. I think that game could be pretty good, though. Your Monday night game is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll battle for two number one overall picks in Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence, picked in back-to-back years. The Bengals are obviously Super Bowl contenders, but I do think the Jacksonville Jaguars could submit themselves as Super Bowl contenders as well, though, especially if they're able to win this game, though, and it is being played in Jacksonville. The Jaguars, you have a primetime game. Congratulations. Please don't suck like you did in 2018, though, where you got rewarded with a bunch of primetime games, and then the NFL was like, oh crap, we're going to have to flex all these out because yeah, they're not very good, though. But the game you obviously have to go with is the San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles, though the 49ers really didn't have their all against that game. Brock Purdy got injured right off the bat, though, and the game was basically over once that happened, though. But the big question is, would the 49ers have won or at least made the game close if they had a healthy quarterback, though? Hopefully they should have a healthier quarterback this time, though, and we will get to see the true 49ers-Eagles matchup, though. Of course, you have the 49ers defense versus the Eagles offense, though, so you should probably, so it could be an offensive shootout, or maybe it could be a defensive slugfest, though. Hopefully it's the offensive shootout, though, but it is kind of fun to see the defenses go at it, though. But once again, since this is in week 13 and it is kind of late in the season, though, this could determine playoff seedings, though, or depending on the 49ers and Eagles, though, maybe this loss could bump their team down to a wild card berth. This game has a lot of interesting factors, though, but it could also have big playoff implications, though. A game I definitely think you're going to want to see. Week 14, yeah, there's no doubt in your mind, though. It's the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs, though. Their last two matchups have been absolutely incredible, though. And once again, it's late in the season, so playoff implications on the line, though. A couple honorable mentions, though. Eagles and Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, though. You also have the Seahawks and 49ers playing in the afternoon, though, so that could determine the division, though. But obviously, I'd be damned if I said the Bills and Chiefs was the one game you should watch this week. Week 15, I have the Cowboys and the Bills. The reason why I say the Cowboys and Bills is because this is a very interesting game for me, though. Both teams have talent on offense, both teams have talent on defense. I could see this being a high-scoring shootout, or I could see this being a defensive game, though. You also will have the Diggs brothers going up against each other in Stefon Diggs and Trevon Diggs, though. Stefon Diggs will probably win, or maybe Trevon Diggs will be able to pick off a couple Josh Allen passes, though. Who knows? Who knows? You have good matchups, though, and you have a brother-brother matchup, though. Those matchups, to me, are always very cool, though. Quick shout-out, though. You have the LSU Bowl, the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals, though. That game could be a lot of fun. It was an overtime thriller a couple of years ago, obviously before we knew how good the Vikings were going to... I'm sorry, not the Vikings. How good the Bengals were going to be, though. But Now that we know that the Bengals are good and the Vikings are coming off of an unexpected 3 seed last year, maybe this could be a very good game. It could also determine playoff seedings as well. But I would probably go with the Cowboys and Bills, honestly, because it actually has a slotted time. And the other game could be on a Saturday. Then we go to week 16, and it's Christmas time now. The Christmas games could be good, but they don't really look very appealing to me, though. The game that does look appealing to me is the Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Chargers, a Saturday night game, Christmas Eve. The Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers, though, a matchup with Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, though. While the Chargers are known for choking, though, they still have a lot of talent on offense and defense, same as the Bills. So I don't know. I like this game. I think it could be good. A couple of games look a little meh to me, but you know what though? Bills and Chargers, Josh Allen versus Justin Herbert, they've put their teams into playoff contention. I like it. Could be good. Then we go to week 17, and it's obviously going to be the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs on New Year's Eve. The Dolphins and Ravens, I definitely would recommend watching, though. That game is a little bit earlier, though. Yes, it is a little bit earlier, though. Of course, last time they played, Tagovailoa threw 6 touchdowns against this Ravens defense, completing a 21-point comeback, though. Yeah, and it's also late in the season, so this game could maybe determine who gets the 5, 6, or 7 seed, though. And plus, if it's another Tua comeback, though, I think you're gonna want to see it, though. But no, it's got to be the Bengals and Chiefs, though. Besides the last AFC Championship game, the Bengals have been Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite, though. So maybe Superman snaps Zod's neck, or maybe Doomsday stabs Superman. Or maybe he'll just get a full-on reboot. Then we go to week 18, and week 18s are always very tricky for me to predict, though. All the times on here say TBD, though. So obviously we don't know for a lot of these games. It depends on which games get slotted into prime time, though, which games get slotted in the morning, which games don't even really matter all that much, though. If I had to pick a game, I would go with the Bills and the Dolphins, though. I know I already picked them already, though, but it could determine the division a little bit, though. Maybe the Browns and Bengals, though. Maybe the Chiefs and Chargers, Rams and 49ers, maybe. I don't know. There's just a lot of games here that are just completely unknown, because we don't know which of these games will matter very much, though. But I will end up going with the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins, so it could be slotted into the prime time matchup, though. But basically, whatever game is in the primetime matchup, though, you should probably watch, though. So those are my picks of what games you should watch throughout the 2023 season. If I had to pick one game, I know I cheated. I had to pick a couple of games, but come on, a couple of these games are very tricky to predict, though. But yeah, there you go. If you don't know which games to watch, or you don't really know anything about football, you're trying to get into it, though, maybe this will help you out a little bit, though. But in the meantime, I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, though. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, MattheWLeininger, Matthew Leininger. And I will see you next week, because I got a Star Wars video coming out, because you'll see what it is, though. Actually, back-to-back Star Wars videos, though. We'll be celebrating Ahsoka in a little bit, though. Yay! Hopefully she doesn't get ruined like another great female fictional character, like Khaleesi. See you guys. Bye.